Hey everybody, it's me, Tony P. This is Tony P. Oddcast, weird and wacky news from around the world. The music was Greg Klima. You can find him at KLYMA. Yo, Greg had a big week last week, man. If you go to Klima.com, it has all his music and his socials and stuff. And one thing Greg does often is stream his music on Twitch, twitch.tv/socialklima, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Just go to Klima.com. And he plays live music to people watching on Twitch live. And another gentleman by the name of, I think, That Stock Guy is someone who streams on Twitch. He has a big following. He talks a lot about stocks. Well, he raided Greg Klima's channel. Greg normally plays to like maybe 10 people. There were 3,000 people in Greg's live stream. And not only is that amazing for Greg, but a friend of mine from my other podcast, in addition, happened to be watching and was like, hey, wait, I know that guy. I know that voice. And reached out to me and was like, hey, that's your guy, right? I was like, yeah. And all the worlds collided and like 3,000 people watched Greg play some music and he got a bunch of followers and likes and donations and things. And it was super awesome, man. I mentioned in the previous episode, I was grumpy because of my car and just, stuff. And that really perked me up, man. I was so happy for Greg and that funny story for someone to reach out to me to say they heard him on something else. Yeah. I had another story I was going to tell. I don't remember. But anyway, the Super Bowl's coming up at the time of this recording. We had a bunch of teams that normally aren't in it. So that should be fun and exciting. But the NFL had a extra week this week. So good luck, husbands and partners and everyone out there. The Super Bowl is the same weekend as Valentine's Day. What? Come on. Normally, it's the NBA All-Star Game is the same weekend as Valentine's Day. But I like NBA All-Star Weekend, but it's not must-see. The Super Bowl is must-see for a lot of people. And now it conflicts with Valentine's Day. My favorite part that is a real thing. The NFL did add a game this season. And my favorite part are thinking about the spouses out there that don't really keep up with football. They just know when the Super Bowl is. And now all of a sudden they're being told, oh, yeah, it's Valentine's Day. Well, what do you mean? It's never been Valentine's. Oh, yeah, they played an extra game. Nobody's believing that. So, sorry, folks who are getting in trouble this Valentine's Day. I'll be sitting here watching the Super Bowl. Oh, boy, here's a weird one. Again, always preface. There's a trigger warning here. Just trigger warning. This is a story about suicide. The person is okay. Everyone is okay. I've mentioned this. I'll continue to mention it. I won't cover stories where people aren't okay because I like to make fun. And I'm going to talk junk. And I would like, if someone, actually committed suicide, I'd be like, oh, that ain't funny. I can't make fun of that. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to do it live on a podcast, So anyway, a father in China survived a suicide attempt. He said he attempted to kill himself because he had shame that his son was not yet married at age 29. I'll just tell you now, I'm not married. I'm 42 years old, y'all. So I'm sorry. I ain't got no shame. But as you know, man, there's an interesting culture, different culture in China. A lot of pressure, I guess even more pressure than in the States to get married. They have a child limit because there's overpopulation. So yeah, it's just different world there. But according to the local video news outlet K News, the unnamed 55-year-old handed a note to guards at the Shanghai Railway Station and said he had overdosed on some medication and fainted. In the note, addressed to his son, the man wrote that he lived a life of shame because his son had yet to start a family. Dog, that is messed up. What was I talking about? The story where how does the therapist handle the kid that didn't get offered to get bought? Boy, speaking of some therapy here, imagine that. Man, I would like, not just for being on my, if anybody ever did something like that and like I was to blame, I would feel horrendous. But anyway, the guy went on to say, people of my age in the village all have children and grandchildren already. But you are 29 and have achieved nothing. That's cold. That's too much, man. That is too much. I'm sorry. Like, it was funny at first, and then I'm like, oh man, that's kind of cold. Not kind of cold. That's way cold. Come on, dude. Can't be happy with what the son may have going on. You know, if the son's happy, be happy for him. While the man has survived the incident and is said to be receiving treatment, the case has sparked a social media conversation about the pressures for young Chinese to settle down early. On China's Twitter-like platform Weibo, one user commented that as a father, he could relate. Man, that's messed up. I just feel bad. Like, I'd feel bad for the kids where the dad's like, yeah, I can relate to that. I want to kill myself too because my son's 28 and unmarried. The father's responsibility is to raise his son well and give him a good education, but also see him married and start a business. What? I got to be dang entrepreneurs out here? Only then can he complete his mission. Bro, nobody told. Like, I don't know how they do it over there. And I don't make fun of other cultures because, again, I don't know how it is over there, but I was never given no mission, you know, like I've been asked, hey, you ever think you'll get married? Ever think you'll settle down? Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But a mission? Others commented that it would be even harder for this man's son to tie the knot because the pressure from the in-laws is too great. Can you imagine that? Bring someone over for dinner. Hey, this is my girlfriend. You know, we've been dating like 6 months. And the dad's like, yeah, I tried to kill myself because my son's a loser. So y'all better get married. What? No pressure or anything. In China, there's an expectation for people to get married before they turn 30, and it is not uncommon for parents to push their children in that direction, even setting up blind dates. I'm okay with the blind dates thing. Heck, I know and work with a lot of people out of India, and a lot of people in India have arranged marriages, which has always seemed to be the weirdest thing. I'm like, oh, what? But I have met numerous couples that were arranged and are very happy together. And that's all that matters, right? I would think. If young women are not married after 27, they're referred to as Shang Nu or leftover women. Oh my God, China's savage. That's it. The whole country just savage. Leftover women? Damn. This comes even with close to half of China's urban young women in a survey last year saying they don't plan to get hitched. As for young men, they're pushed to settle down as soon as possible because they are expected to carry on the family lineage. According to a sociology expert, marriage has also been an important marker of social maturation and personal success. Given China's high housing prices given China's high housing prices, sounds like the U.S., and the expectations for men to assume the majority of cost in a household, transitioning to marriage indicates that the man is socially and financially ready. Y'all, let's back that up, and I will explain the entire China situation. Expectations for men to assume the majority of cost in a household. Oh, that's expensive. That's expensive. Now I gotta have the money for a house and to feed this lady and to have a kid and to feed them people, the kids, and then like the other stuff that comes with having a family. I don't know. I live by myself, but I would imagine there's a lot of expenses that come with having a wife and a kid, and China's very traditional. Although this is changing, traditionally, a lot of women don't work. So, dude, you better handle it. No wonder you don't want to get married. It's expensive. I don't know, unless maybe you can sell your kid off. We're still not doing that, right? We're still not selling kids. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad.